Hello everyone, Josh here with Exodus Network, bringing out another Outerplane video, and today I'm going to show you all how to get Stella really quick, and then we're going to go over her skill set. I was sent video footage with her skills on full display so we can discuss and go over her entire kit, and I also have one for Sigma as well, which we'll do later today or tomorrow if I have time. We'll have to see. So if you don't want to miss Sigmas, make sure you subscribe and take notifications. Alright, so first let's go into Adventure. Alright, so to essentially unlock Stella to where you can even pull for her in the game and check out her information in the codex, you have to beat hard story all the way through episode 10. You have to beat hard story, so it's going to be pretty hard for a lot of you free to plays right now, including myself, especially if we're playing SEA and we can't spend. So it will take a little bit of time to get there, but we will. Some of the whales have probably already gotten through there, obviously, so they're going to be able to go in and try and summon for Stella. As you can see in the codex, Stella and Sigma are both not available yet because you have to first unlock them first before you can even check them out, which is a little bit weird, but okay. So in the recruit, you can see here that both units are listed, but until you meet the requirement to unlock them, they are not a part of the actual rates. Let's go back to the normal one here so you can see the actual normal rates. So the rates for each individual 3-star right now is 0.1667%. Obviously, you have a 2% chance to pull a 3-star to begin with. However, these rates will decrease when you start unlocking these new units like Stella and Sigma. So these rates will not stay the same, they will decrease. So keep that in mind. So if you are going for any of these other units right now besides a Stella or a Sigma later down the road, I would recommend pulling before you unlock those heroes because it's going to increase your chance of getting those, if that makes sense. And then soon they'll be adding a Rin as well, which hopefully we'll get more news on Rin on the SEA version of the game as soon as the Laplace banner ends, which ends on the 2nd of May. So not too much longer from now. So I just want to give you guys a little brief on how to unlock Stella. We'll go more into Sigma, her entire kit and everything like that in her video. So again, stick around, subscribe. Alright, let's go ahead and pop up the little video. Sorry, it is a video that was sent to me, so the footage might be a bit blurry, a little choppy. I do apologize, but bear with me. We're going to go ahead and react to it and let me know in the comment section below what you feel about the unit as well. Okay, let's go ahead and push play. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm seeing here that her base speed is 138, which makes me think if she gets any kind of speed increases through her limit breaking all the way up to 100, she could be on par with the two fastest units in the game right now, which is Eliza and Valentine, which go, I believe, all the way up to 154 speed. And then you have like the second tier speed burners like Snow and a couple other units that can go up to like, I think it's like 148, 149. I know they're only like 4 or 5 behind, but that's basically like the class of the fastest units in the game right there. And it looks like Stella's going to be a part of that if she does get additional speed, which it looks like she should because she's already at base 138, which is very fast. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, so they're just going through the normal stuff, the ability, the profile, the growth goal, transcend, etc. Looks like we're going into the skill previews now. She's such a cool looking character. Okay, so she has 2 skills, a passive. Okay. Okay, skill 1. Fair, condemnation, weakness gauge reduction 2. Attacks 2 enemies, the target and the enemy with the highest speed. Has an 80% chance to reduce the target's priority by 20%. That's going to be huge in PvP when you're taking on other speed metas. Because if she gets to go first, ooh, she's going to be slowing down the other unit's speed unit. That's going to be great. That's going to be very great. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster speed, so much like Snow. It is also a burst effect. Attacks all enemies, increases damage, and change to enhanced skill penetrates 30% of the target's defense. Okay, very good skill 1 there. Now, let me look at this again. I don't know, let me go back to that real quick. I don't know how well that's going to do in a lot of PvE content per se. Obviously, lowering priority by 20% on any target on a basic ability is going to be great, but my concern is there going to be, enough damage output there? Probably not. So she's going to be more of a support role, maybe in PvE, where she's going to be more of a prominent role in PvP, if that makes sense. I think in PvP, you know, based on the first skill at least alone, she's looking like a top tier unit, especially if her speed does go to 154. But in PvE, I still think that's going to definitely shine a little bit because, hey, anytime you can lower the speed or the priority on the turn meter of the enemy and your units can go more and more and more, that's more opportunity for damage. So I've kind of talked myself into liking it even more now in PvE. Let's keep going. Okay, so the burst level 1, 2, and 3, we're not gonna sit here through each animation for all the burst skills, because that looks like that's what they're trying to showcase. Okay, let's keep moving on. Oh, you know what? I completely misread that skill. I thought the priority decrease was only for the unit that had the highest speed, but it's for all of the enemies. Okay, so that definitely makes it even better, especially for wave clearing in PvE. Okay, never mind. That's really good. That's really good. Okay. Let me make sure it's also on this too, because I didn't really look. Let's test it before. Okay, so I don't know if it just didn't hit on the other ones, or if it is only for the unit with the highest speed before it's bursted. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Let me read that again just to make sure. Attacks 2 enemies. The target and the enemy with the highest speed has an 80% chance to reduce the target's priority by 20%. See, because it listed as attack 2 enemies. You have the target and the enemy with the highest speed. So if I'm reading this correctly, the target, the one that you select, is going to be the one that's going to be reducing the priority by 20%. But when you burst it, it can be AoE priority decrease of 20%. So, okay, I think it makes sense now. But again, it's a burst, and it's on a skill 1, so it has no cooldown, so it's still going to be very effective for wave clearing, because it's going to slow down the whole waves if you have your burst set up, especially if you're talking like the second wave out of 3 or whatever. So it's gonna be really good in PvE. Okay, I've committed to it. I've talked myself into it. I like it a lot. Okay, now let's go back here. Okay, so this is the passive effect. Cooldown 1 turn, cannot be inflicted with stun, frozen, and petrified. Revenge now attacks all enemies and reduces the duration of all debuffs inflicted on allies by 2 turns. This skill deals damage proportional to the caster. This is huge. Has a chance to counterattack when an enemy applies a debuff to an ally. That's going to be big in some of the boss fights. That's going to be really big. So she has a built-in team cleanse, essentially, because it's basically reducing the duration of all debuffs by 2 turns. So if the debuff is on a 2 turn or lower, she will just flat out remove it. And she will counterattack and attack all enemies. And she cannot be inflicted with stun, frozen, and petrified. So that's going to be a great counter as well in PvP against units like Snow, for example. Man, okay. I like that passive a lot. It's only 1 turn cooldown. Okay. I like it. There's a lot of bosses out there too that like to just inflict a lot of debuffs too, so that's going to be really nice. Unforgivable Sinner. Weakness gauge reduction 3, cooldown 4 turns. This is her ultimate. Attacks an enemy and has a 100% chance to steal all buffs from that's huge. That's huge. Now I know that's not going to work on like all, different types of bosses and stuff, because a lot of bosses have like buffs that can't be removed, they can't be stolen, they can't be inflicted with an unbuffable. They could still get them. Like there's just certain restrictions when it comes to bosses that you just can't, mess around with some of their buffs, because they're kind of just built into what they are, I guess you could say. But outside of that, stealing all the buffs from a target is huge. Very, very huge. Okay, now the only thing that sucks is it's not AoE, but if it was AoE, I guess you could say it could be a bit broken, because that would be a bit broken. But just, one enemy stealing all their buffs is still pretty huge. Deals damage obviously based on speed. Okay, so she's definitely, mirror on the wall, Who is the baddest bee of them all? Stella. Chant it from the rooftops. It is Stella. Okay, so let's see if they show anything else. Hopefully they show me the stats at level 100. Okay, it looks like we're back at this. All right, let's see if they actually increases the stats here. 138 speed, 141, 144, 147. There, that's it. That's the confirmation I needed. Okay, so she is now officially tied with the other two speed demons for the fastest hero in the game at base speed 154. And her HP is not bad either, almost 3,900. Very, very solid unit. She's going to be a meta unit for sure for PvP, guaranteed. If I was to like throw a quick grade on her, you know, if you consider S or SS the highest tier, that's what she would be in PvP, no doubt. She's going to be great for countering other speed demons. She's going to be very effective. She's going to be, you know, you're going to be able to slow units down. She's going to be scaling her damage to speed, and she's going to be super, super fast. You're talking 220, 230, 240, depending, you know, how far you're in the game and what your gear looks like. She's going to be extremely fast. In terms of PvE, I still like her skill 1 a lot because it does have the priority reduction. I've talked myself into it. I definitely like it a lot more now than when I, like, you know, first glance. So we'll see how she performs overall in PvE, but for PvP for sure she's going to be a meta defining unit. So Stella, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. That's it for me. Again, if you want to stick around for the Sigma video, that'll be later today or tomorrow, so you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, take notifications, join us in the Discord in the description below, and follow us on Twitter at Exodus Network, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.